It's January 14th, 12:59 a.m. and I I kind of just went to go eat lunch, ship some orders out with or repackaged, didn't ship things out yet. Um, but I played volleyball with Anderson Ola Danush. We were late today, as you probably know by then by now. But you know, um, it's I don't really know where this video is about to go. It's probably gonna be a really short video unless I start talking again. But um, not that days have gotten easier, but I tried I haven't even talked about this yet, but I got the violin that I had told you that I would start doing. But I just like it's hard for me to talk about a certain topic because I have a bunch of feelings everywhere. But I just like like I said, it's hard to really pinpoint a lot. I am okay. Well, I guess to start, I'm overthinking a lot, even though I shouldn't be. It's not like something I should even be worried about because I'm saying, like, I'm not even in a relationship with you anymore, so it's kind of just like, why am I still like thinking about you, and why am I still over analyzing stuff? And like, that's probably what my prayer is gonna be towards tonight. Stop overthinking and stop over analyzing. You know what I mean? It's just, it's hard. you know because the way I'm kind of viewing it, at least as of now, and not even a bash towards you if you even see these videos, but it's kind of just like, why should I even care for somebody who's already checked out? Why should I even care about somebody who's doesn't even love me the same way that they once did? And somebody who feels very strongly about me in a certain way. I heard recently that you talked about you and I at this function of your friend of yours, and I kind of just like, not that I'm afraid of what your friends think, but I'm afraid of how you think of me. And like, I'm literally contradicting myself by explaining that I shouldn't be overthinking, but it's been on my mind. But like, I'm like I said, I'm kind of over analyzing everything. Like, I'm afraid of the way you, like, how you think of me. I'm afraid of you know you like finding somebody else. I'm afraid of this and that and the third, and it's just like, why should I even be worried about it when I don't even matter in your life anymore? I'm not I'm somebody who had an impact on your life, yeah, but I'm somebody who ultimately just doesn't even love me the same way that they once did. And it's hard, right? It's just a hard thing to really grasp, because at least for me, at the end of the day, I still care about you deeply, and I think about you a lot. But I'm delving into the topic of things I shouldn't even be caring about because I'm not in the relationship with you anymore. Kind of like, oh, what if you get with this person? Or like, how is she moving on, blah 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 blah, that stuff. And it's just like, I should not even be thinking about that because I'm not in a relationship with you anymore. You know what I mean? Like, I shouldn't even be doing all this because I have no reason or right to care anymore. But at least for me, the kind of person I am, I will always care. And a part of me is a little angry, and that's something I will admit. I guess this is what the video is going to be about. It's going to be about anger. Um, I cried today. Well, technically yesterday, but I cried today. But it was merely out of anger. I was expressing, I was yelling at myself. I probably sound fucking schizophrenic, but I was yelling. I was just like, I was just yelling and being angry. Like, why did this have to happen to me? Like, I know I'm not perfect, but I swear, like, I tried and I tried and I tried, blah, 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 all that cliche stuff. And, I just cried out of anger. And I was crying, like, because it's just like, like, damn, like, I talk about what happened between you and I, but, it's not really out of anger or out of spite or out of hatred or out of resentment. It's merely to discuss about how I feel, and, to discuss about, what, I guess you say, like, I guess where am I, like how I feel, like there are some times where, like these kind of videos are kind of to recap, like, how I feel, but also to kind of just, like, view, I guess you could say, how, how I feel, you know what I mean, and, what I do throughout the day, but, that's something completely different, but, I guess this topic is just, like, why should I even care about you when you, like, are already done with me, you know, like, what, like, I'm starting to get this self-realization where it's like, I'm allowed to feel, I'm allowed to be angry, I'm allowed to be sad, I'm allowed to feel, I'm allowed to reminisce, I'm allowed to do all of that, but it's going to get to a certain point where it's just going to be like, why am I caring so deeply about somebody who probably isn't caring for me the same way? And obviously, I'm just making assumptions and I'm just, throwing everything out on the table. But, it's just like knowing the kind of person you are, when somebody does you wrong or somebody hurts you in a certain way, it's in your best interest to move on and find ways to move on quickly. And I'm not trying to say that you're this spiteful, hateful, like conniving person, like that's not like, I'm not trying to say that. But I know the kind of person you are, and it happened from your past experiences, such as your ex, and then happened to, someone like Mia. When somebody you care about very deeply in your heart, you find ways to speed up that process. Like I said, I'm not trying to say that you're some supervillain, but I know the kind of tendencies you have. And now it just sounds so contradicting, because it's just like, why am I even speaking? I've been speaking for the past 7 minutes and 50 seconds, and this is something that I shouldn't even be caring about. Like, I'm getting this self-realization where it's just like, why should I even care? You know what I mean? Why am I taking everything deep down in my heart to care? But I hate that shit about myself, because it's just like, you probably don't, you like you said yourself, you don't love me the same way anymore. You don't love me enough to fight for me anymore. And with all due respect, you have every fucking right to do that. You know what I mean? You have every right to feel that way. It's kind of like that sense where it's like, I don't get to hurt you and then make demands after hurting you. You know what I mean? But, it's just like, it's just a constant battle with myself. I mean, like I said, like, I'm journaling and I'm reposting sad shit and I'm feeling everything in my heart. And I hate myself for doing this, but, I'm looking at your Instagram profile, because you're still following my thrifting account, and like, you're not posting the same shit I'm doing. You're not feeling the same way I'm doing. And obviously it's been a week. Everybody heals differently. Everybody does shit differently. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I just like, I kind of hate that shit about myself. I kind of hate that I care, because I shouldn't be caring for somebody who doesn't even care about me anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course it's just all assumptions and it's just shit I'm throwing in the table, and I mean no disrespect at all. But like, why I hate that shit about myself, because you're moved on. You know what I mean? Like, you are literally, you're moved on from me. Like you said yourself, you're checked out of the relationship. So why should I care if you don't even care the same way I care? You know what I mean? And the battle sucks, bro. It fucking sucks, because a part of you, like a part of me, what I'm trying to say, like, a part of me cares so deeply because we had something special. And deep down from the bottom of my heart, regardless if you think so or not, I tried. I tried. And I may have tried too late. I may have done this. And I get that. But I tried. And now I don't even want to do this shit with nobody else because I'm afraid that it's just not going to happen again. Accepting me for me, knowing me in and out, all of that and the above. So this entire video is primarily based on the fact of why am I caring so much? And this video isn't even gonna like have a resolution. I'm gonna think about this shit a lot. Why the fuck am I even caring? But I love you. I miss you. I'm praying for you. Stay blessed. And I will see you in probably another 24 hours. It's a video where I'm confused. It's a video where I don't even know where my heart is. I don't even know how I should even move on, accepting. But I love you very much, Misha, and I miss you so much. You have no idea. But now it's delving into now my heart or my mind is delving into the topic of, should I even feel this way? Even if she doesn't feel the same way about me? But like I said, I love you. Stay blessed. I'll pray for you and I miss you very much. And I'll see you around, Misha.